Three, two, one. Welcome to the Hunter's Hub. This is the video game podcast born of the Monster Hunter community, and this is your host Fortuan, joined by Sasha. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Tired, very tired. Been tired all week.
Well, I am not. I had a can of Red Bull, and I am ready to captain this ship today.
Yeah, you did it. Okay. For the audio listeners, she did the thing from the movie with Tom Hanks. I don't remember it.
Captain Phillips.
Captain Phillips. There we go.
We just talked about it like 30 seconds prior.
We were talking about movies before.
You were there.
I was. Oh. See how tired I am? And Ace, welcome back. How you doing, bud?
Good to be back. Doing good.
Although you were here
just
last
got back
week.
Yeah. Just got back from Target run, so, you know.
I'm starting to feel jealous.
Saturday night.
Normally I don't care about not having Target, but Target had slippers. I had to go a lot of different stores today just to find slippers.
I just was telling him about how going to make like a distance Target run is worth it.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't today, but if it was a day where I was like, oh, I'm just going to get slippers for the girls, and then I couldn't find them, it might have been worth it, because goodness gracious. Like, you go to Walmart, and there are slippers for adults only. There are no child slippers. And I'm like, I get it. Like, adults need slippers too, but I always thought that was more of a kid thing than adults. But I don't know. What do I know? So tonight, Sasha is doing the quiz for Ace and I, and it's in a Jeopardy style of quiz instead of the sort of guess the game thing that we had been doing in the past, which I am still not doing quite yet.
Looks like the nearest Target to you is about 36 miles away.
Yeah.
That's not bad for Target. Worth it.
36 miles. That's up Columbus, and 36 miles does not translate to 36 minutes for Columbus.
No, Lancaster.
Okay, Lancaster, yeah. I don't like to go to Lancaster, but yeah.
I guess you could go to Columbus, but...
we'll see. But we got the slippers anyways. We found clearance slippers at Kohl's, and they fit, so that's enough.
Or you could just go the route that all retail ends and give money to our overlord Jeffrey Bezos.
Online. No, you Target has great online options.
Mm-hmm.
True. Or eBay.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, for like Christmas Eve, I think it was, I ordered some stuff, including like one of the Fujifilm Instax cameras, just because I wanted to try those out, see how I like them. We ended up getting a free rope basket, one of those like fabric ones.
Okay.
And that's just been like perfect because we use that for the living room for all of AJ's clothes.
Yeah.
But I incidentally got it free. It wasn't part of my order.
Oh.
So that was just like
just a freebie.
A $30 item that I randomly got.
Okay.
I don't know if it was like the shipped person picked it because I use their ship service, which from what I understand is someone goes into the store and does the shopping for you and then checks out, not like in-store pickup where the Target team members get it and then you come and pick it up or anything like that. So I was like, all right, I'll take it.
Okay. Nice.
Just randomly got it. And I like went onto the app and everything, and I was like, there's no promo for like a free basket or anything like that, so I don't know what happened.
Got my disc plates in.
Oh, nice.
It's hard to see. I'll have to
Kieran?
mess with it. Yeah, it's Kieran on your right.
Left.
Diablo plus. Yeah, it's actually Diablo plus. Oh God, what is his name? It's not Anarius. Wrath. He's supposed to be Wrath and Valor. I don't know. One of the angels, one of the archangels, their epic fight, Imperius. There you go. Imperius versus the primeval Diablo from Diablo 3, and then a Cacodemon at the top, which I'm slightly adjusting the camera so you can see. So I wanted to represent my three favorite series doing that. And I have never had disc plates before. Also wanted to try them out. So I am going to be getting more eventually because they're freaking awesome and easy to put up. So yeah, everything okay there, Ace?
I don't know what is happening to Facebook, but I think I need to just follow in the footsteps of my friend Sam, our friend Sam. I
Mm-hmm.
just happened to open Facebook and it was a repost of a video of this girl pretty much naked from the waist down painting on a canvas with a paintbrush in her rear end.
Mm.
So it was like a side view of like her lower half and like the paintbrush just sticking out going against the canvas, and I'm just like, what is going on with Facebook?
Okay.
And
Um,
like the person who shared it was like, this is fine on Facebook, but me posting a picture of myself in boxers is too much. And I'm like, but you still reposted that.
mm, okay. Sure. I don't know. I don't get into
Oh my goodness.
Facebook politics stuff. No way.
Well, that wasn't politics. That was just completely out of left field.
No, no. I what's allowed on Facebook? Yeah, the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube has those same problems. Um,
Oh yeah. I know.
so
I
we
follow
had
a lot of creators that talk about that. But continue.
yeah, so we have a game tonight. So I guess Sasha, do you want to give us the rundown of what
The
we're going to be
rules.
doing? Yeah.
Sure. So that chaos doesn't run supreme, we are not going to just buzz in or call out answers.
Okay.
We will round robin style. So one of you can go first. So when it is your turn, you'll pick off of the board, and I have did my best to give you guys a visual so
Oh,
that we know
okay.
how close we are to finishing the game. I will
Interesting.
also keep score here. So when it's your turn, you'll pick a question off the board. You do not have to guess. If you do guess and you're correct, you get the points. If you are wrong, you will lose the points that
Okay.
it was worth. If you
Whew.
don't guess, you pass it to the other player. Same rules apply. You can't just pass it back and forth, obviously. One guess, and then there are 2 daily doubles on the board.
Okay.
Rules for daily double, if you catch it, is you have to play. You cannot pass it. You have to bet at least 100.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have enough points to do like a real bet, you can bet up to 2,000 points. If you do not get it right, it doesn't pass. So it's just like your special question for you. If you catch it.
Okay.
All
What?
right.
Okay.
Questions about the rules?
No.
Seems pretty straightforward. All right.
And you did mention that we are not phrasing the answers as questions.
You do not need to phrase it in the form of a question. I'm not going to be super strict about accuracy. But if you give me a vague answer, I might ask you for more.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't give me a good enough answer, I will pass it to the next player, just like
Okay.
in Jeopardy.
Okay.
Okay, so an
See, I
example of
just
this might be if the answer was like a full title of a game, like a long full title of a game, and you give me like half of the title.
Sure.
And if the other player can't give you me a better answer, you can have the points.
Okay.
Okay? There is a
Alrighty.
final Jeopardy question. You can bet as much as you have in your bank when we get to final Jeopardy.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see how this
Couple
goes.
disclaimers before
Mhm.
we get into the categories. I did my best to have a representative sample of questions across all video game media. So, it's not going to be heavy in Xbox. There are PlayStation questions, there are Nintendo questions, there are PC questions.
Okay.
Okay?
Legend of Zelda questions.
There are Zelda questions.
Ooh,
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
Because, I have access to Google. I looked up information.
Mm-hmm. Just like Morg.
All right. So, I only did one round. I didn't do like Jeopardy and Double Jeopardy, but I did have more than 5 categories.
Okay.
mm-hmm.
So, here are the categories.
Ooh, I'm excited.
We have game developers,
Ooh.
main characters and sidekicks,
Okay.
achievements and trophies,
All right.
fictional worlds,
Okay.
award-winning video games, the
Okay.
1990s,
Nice.
and the 1980s.
Oh, that's gonna be rough. Okay.
All right. Now, your questions will range between 1 and 500. I'm not sure who wants to go first because I don't know who won the last stuff. I feel like Ace won the last. Ace wants to pick who goes first.
I mean, I can go first. Not a big deal.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. You sound
So,
like tough categories for me.
yes, I kind of. Can you see the categories?
Yes.
All right.
I guess I'll try main characters and sidekicks for 500.
Oh, okay. Coming out swinging.
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna get to those point values eventually. Might as well just get it out of the way.
Yep. All right. 500 for main characters and sidekicks. This is man's post-apocalyptic best friend.
Just dog meat.
It is dog meat. So that'll be 500
Woof.
for Ace.
Oh, sorry, I asked that in a form of a question too.
You
Oh
don't,
no.
yeah. All right, 1 second because my dog meat wants out of this room.
I actually
And
don't know
then-
where mine is.
It will be
No,
Fortuan's turn.
I'm seeing the blanket breathing. Okay, we're good. All right. I guess I was just gonna do this because I want to get it out of the way. So game developers for 100.
Okay. This is the company who is responsible for the Elder Scrolls franchise.
That'd be Bethesda.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I got some color coding going on here for my own record keeping.
Nice. I feel like that was an easy one. That's good. That's good.
Well, it was 100.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know those are the easy ones, but I was like, I feel like game developers, because I was thinking specific people when you said that, and I was like, oh boy, that's gonna be rough for me. But okay,
all right, Ace.
Makes me feel good.
We'll continue on same tier that I started on for 400.
Okay. Voiced by Stephen Merchant, this AI is your companion and guide through the remains of Aperture Science.
Um, I know Stephen Merchant, but I haven't looked at his IMDb anytime recently.
You can pass.
Just
You
gonna
don't have to
take a
guess.
wild guess. Is it Ghost from Destiny?
No, it is not, unfortunately. Fortuan.
I'm not gonna be able to say his name because I don't know his name, but he is the blue robot that follows you around. That is the counterpart to GLaDOS in Portal.
That is so close. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm not gonna take the points away from you
Okay.
for that guess. You just get nothing.
Okay. I'm
so
fine
the
with
answer
that.
is Wheatley.
Wheatley. Yeah.
So Ace, that leaves you at 100, and Fortuan, you are also at 100. And it is your turn.
But I was right. He's the Portal robot
Yeah.
that is against GLaDOS. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It is.
Yeah, I just
Alright.
remember. Okay. Award winners for 200. Let's do it.
Award winners.
I'm just prepared to go negative in this game. That's the mentality I have to
You
be.
don't have to guess, so
That's
it's
true.
okay. You don't have to go in the negatives.
Well, it won't be very fun if I don't guess.
True. All right. Some controversy over the idea of walking simulators when this game won the BAFTA for Best Debut Game in 2014.
The Stanley Parable.
No.
Oh,
You said that so confidently.
I did.
All right. Ace,
I thought that was
would
it.
you like me to say the question again, or do you have a guess?
I have a guess, but I'm not going to, just because I'm not sure.
All
So
right.
I will pass.
I have a guess, but
My
I'm not
guess.
All right.
My guess was gonna be Fallout 4, but I was not confident in that. And I was also gonna say Death Stranding, because that was like one of the main criticisms of that game.
Yeah, but that's not
Was that it was a walking
2014.
simulator.
But it was 2014.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
2014.
I know, which is why I didn't go for that.
So the answer was Gone Home.
Oh, yeah, those are two.
No idea.
They were two games at the same time. Yeah, Gone Home and the Stanley Parable were both
Yep.
the forerunners of the walking simulator. Dang it, I was so close. So negative 100. Nice.
Yep. So you're at a negative 100. Ace, you're at 100.
Woo. I'll go fictional worlds for 500.
Okay. Fictional worlds for 500. Your family may thrive in Pleasant View, Strangetown, or Veronaville in this 2004 game.
That's gonna be a pass.
2004 game. We've talked about 2004 ad nauseum on this podcast, and so it was what were the towns?
Pleasant View, Strangetown, or Veronaville.
No, I can't do it. I'm gonna have to pass because I'm
right.
gonna say something stupid.
It's all right. Okay, so the answer is The Sims 2.
Oh yeah, no, I would have not got
no.
that. Whoa, oh, I dodged a bullet there. I was
did.
thinking along the lines of like Mass Effect or something because Mass Effect 2 came out like that year, didn't it? No, not Mass Effect 2. 1. It would be
Mass Effect 2, I think, might have been 2002. 2 would have been like 2012 or 2011, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I was thinking along those lines. Maybe I was way off because I feel like those games are older than they.
Than they are.
Yeah.
They are kind of old. I think one of them came out 2007.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Fourth one.
So what have we done on main characters and sidekicks?
Main characters and sidekicks is open. All of them are open.
I got to try to get back in.
Oh wait, 500 was taken.
All right, I
Sorry.
got to try to get back in this, so I'll do that for 400.
Okay.
Ace, I think you're going to win because I'm just going to be a risk taker, probably.
I mean, I've gone for 500s. 500s and 400s so far.
Sorry, we did the 400 and the 500. You have 1, 2, or 3 open.
I'll do 3.
Okay.
Try to get back in the positive.
This duo, created by Naughty Dog, hit the PlayStation 2 in 2001.
Jak and Daxter?
You are correct.
Yeah. See, this is what I get for doing the Guess the Game stuff, because I have learned a lot about video games.
All right, that brings you up to 200.
Yeah. I'm gaining points.
Ace, the board is yours. So we have right now achievements and trophies is wide open. And if you're looking for 500s, you've got the 80s and 90s. You've got award winners. And you have
award winners for 500.
Okay.
I suppose.
Ooh.
This one might be the hardest question.
Oh no!
I'm gonna say.
Cool.
Okay.
Nice. I like it. I don't like it, but I like it.
Winner of this award includes Black Mirror Bandersnatch, Thirsty Sword Lesbians, Hades, The Outer Worlds.
Just like a Game Awards award? Or
No.
I don't know, best indie game?
I'm very sorry to tell you that you just lost 500 points. And Fortuan, do you have a guess?
Now, are we saying who is it from or the name of the award?
The name of the award, but if you can give me who it's from, maybe I'll think about giving you some points for that.
So, what were the winners again?
The winners of this award include Black Mirror Bandersnatch, Thirsty Sword Lesbians, Hades, and The Outer Worlds.
So The Outer Worlds is throwing me off. It really is. Because the other ones, I feel like there can be a theme there. But The Outer Worlds is throwing me off. So I'll just pass. I'll be boring.
All right. The answer is the Nebula Award for Best Game Writing.
Okay. I was going to go with a Playboy Award.
I would not have expected that ever.
Because I think they have given out Game Awards a couple times.
Well, the board is yours, Fortuan.
90s for 500.
Okay. All right. 90s for 500.
I feel like this is a strong suit of mine, the 90s games. So we're going to try it. Watching it immediately be like, pass.
Considered the most realistic racing simulation of the time, the first entry in this series released in 1997.
I'm going to take a shot.
Pro machines.
Gran Turismo.
You are correct. I'm getting a lot of
Cha-ching!
satisfaction saying that.
Yes. Because like I think it was a PS1 title at the time,
I think so.
and now it's.
I remember playing the demo a lot. All right, you are at 700,
Whew.
Ortwan.
Oh, boy.
Ace, the board is yours. 500 open is the 80s. Achievements and trophies and game developers.
We're just gonna stay away from the 80s as long as we can.
That's gonna be like the
Okay.
last question. We're gonna be like, who's gonna get it? No, no, no. No, you have to get it.
I'll go. What characters and sidekicks? 300.
We got 1 and 200 open for that.
Yeah,
one.
yeah. There's only
Oh, 200.
we've almost depleted that category.
Let's whittle
right.
it away.
200. This is Sonic's partner in the Emerald Hill Zone.
Tails.
You are correct.
Yeah. It's definitely Tails. I was like, oh,
I was.
he
I mean,
had that
I was
look. I
gonna
was
say
like,
that's-
is he gonna overthink this? Is he gonna overthink this?
Well, some of the questions are
Well,
easy.
I
You
haven't-
gotta have easy ones in there too.
A, I haven't played a lot of Sonic games, and B, like, I'm pretty sure Tails is usually always his first sidekick or ally. The
Yeah.
only other
Yeah.
one that I was gonna say was Knuckles, but I was like,
But they're not.
Tails
They're
is a
not
safer bet.
allies in the first
Mm,
game.
they're not even allies until like the modern Sonics. So
All right, so Ace, that brings you to negative 200,
yes.
and Fortwan, you're at 700,
Pulling
and the
it
board is
back.
yours.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's go for it. 80s, 500.
All right,
Let's do it.
the
It's like-
80s.
It's like my little rowboat is already submerged, but just like neutrally buoyant, and I'm just like taking a bucket and dumping it out.
I mean, like if I screw this up, I'm still ahead by like 400 points.
You ready?
Yeah.
This adventure game, released in 1987 by Lucasfilm Games, featured protagonist Dave Miller attempting to save his girlfriend, Sandy Pants.
Ants.
With a Z.
Day of the Tentacle.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
All right, 200
No.
points. I'm down to 200.
You're down to 200. Ace, do you have a guess?
Hell no, I don't.
I do.
All right.
I am right. That is a
Pants should
You
have
LucasArts
indicated to
game.
you
You
that I
are
had
so close.
No clue.
You're so close. So the answer was Maniac Mansion.
Maniac
heard of that.
Mansion. Yeah, I used to have that.
So Bernard, who's the main protagonist in Day of the Tentacle, is in Maniac Mansion, but I think he's like a side character.
Yeah. All those point and click adventure games of those days. I mean, like you said, you would have said Guybrush Threepwood. I'd have been all over that, but
Well, that wouldn't have been for 500. Maybe
no,
3.
No, yeah.
Maybe 3.
All right.
All right. Ace, I have, for 500 left, I have game developers and achievements and trophies.
Let's try game developers. Why not?
Okay.
Just take it all of 500s.
I mean, I know what he wants, so.
Yeah.
This adventure game series has seen entries from Ubisoft, Scion Worlds, and Presto Studios.
I think I'm gonna have to pass on that, unfortunately.
All right.
That's
Ortwan?
100% a pass for me. No clue.
Okay. So the answer was Myst.
Okay.
Nope.
I knew there was
You-
2 missed games. I did not know there was a third.
There's more than 3.
Okay.
All right. Well,
That is-
no one got that one.
That is not a series I am familiar with at all.
So
Okay.
you guys could check the pod chat
yeah.
channel when you get a sec.
I can't do it on stream because it'll pop up, but yeah. I'll do it
Aw.
afterwards.
Aw. You don't get any points for that, Ace.
Oh, that's not what I was trying to do.
Buttering up the judge. I see how you're doing this.
All right, so Fortuan, board is yours. The last 500 I have is achievements and trophies, which is wide open. And you guys don't like that category.
300 for achievements and trophies. I'm not going the full 5.
Okay. For 300 points. For collecting all the comics in this game, you'll earn the trophy Endure and Survive.
Comics?
Mm-hmm. Comics.
No clue. I'm passing.
Ace?
Thank you for not having an HBO subscription. That's going to be The Last of Us.
Yes, it is The Last of Us. Ace, you are correct.
I played the game. Just not that memorable
You
to
could-
me.
Savage Starlight. The comics
All
that
right.
Ellie used.
Cool.
My dude.
So,
I have cared
Ace?
so little about that series over my lifetime. Sorry.
you're
Your
good.
turn.
Ace, that brings you to 100. Fortuan, you're at 200.
Mm-hmm.
And Ace, the board is yours.
I think I'm just going to average out at 100 the whole time. Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, being positive is the goal right now.
I've got achievements
many
and
are in-
trophies for 500.
Sure. Why
You
not?
want it? Okay. Achievements and trophies for 500. You will seriously have to work hard to be recognized for killing 10,000 people in ranked matches in this game. Seriously.
I'm going to have to pass on that.
Oh, okay.
I do a lot of multiplayer games.
Fortuan?
I got nothing. Sorry.
All right. The answer was Gears of War.
Yeah.
I've not played any of that series, unfortunately.
I have just chainsawed people, and that's all I've done in that series.
Well, the board is yours. I have no 500 questions open.
We'll do
I've got
90s for 400.
All right. 90s for 400. Released in 1998, this series is set in the Forgotten Realms Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
If you don't get this for it, like, come on, man.
Yeah, except there's like 9 of them, dude. 98. Just gonna go with I'm gonna go with the BioWare one, so we'll have to say Neverwinter Nights.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
See, I was saying there's like there's so many D&D video games. It's not even.
That's going to bring you down to negative 200. Ace, do you have a guess?
I am going to sit pretty at my 100.
Okay, well, the answer is Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. See, there's Baldur's Gate, there's Icewind Dale, there's Neverwinter Nights, there's Forgotten Pools. Like, there's all the Dragonlance games. Like, there's so many D&D games. Like, it's not even. Oh, but
Ace.
I guess I'll do the next highest in achievements.
Okay, 400 in achievements. You will earn the achievement Frank the Pimp in this game for escorting 8 female survivors simultaneously.
Um, this is Dead Rising.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Ace, that brings you to 500.
All right. 90s for 300.
You're like, I'm just staying there.
Yeah.
All right. 90s,
Yep.
300. Before Doom, this first person shooter was released in 1992.
I'm assuming by the same developers. That'd be Wolfenstein 3D.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Ace, or yep. All right, Ace, you are at 500, and Fortuan, you are at 100.
Yay! Back in the positives.
All right, Ace. We have both of the daily doubles still on the board too, you guys.
Yeah, I know.
Getting messy. No 500s. Couple of 400s.
Oh, I guess I'll go for Fictional Worlds 300.
Fictional Worlds 300 is a daily double.
Da, 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 da.
Well, would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Okay. Ace, you have 500. You can bet up to 2,000. You must bet a minimum of 100.
Even if I don't have 2,000?
Correct.
Whoa. That's ridiculous. I'll just do 200.
Oh, I thought you were about to say,
Yeah.
I'll just do 2,000. Okay,
Yeah.
200. The Ocarina of Time is used to claim the Master Sword in this location.
I know this one.
See, there's Zelda questions.
Yeah, but I haven't played this one yet, so unfortunately I have to pass.
Well, you can't pass. You just don't get anything for it, except minus 300. So that brings you to 200. The Fortron, you don't get any points, but do you want to guess?
Temple of Time.
You are correct about that. Sorry,
Yeah.
it was for no points.
Yeah, Temple of Time. Man, I'd have bet 2,000 on that one if I knew
If
it.
you'd have got
if I
it,
knew,
you'd have
if
got
I'd
it.
known beforehand, obviously, but
This game would have been over.
yeah, I'd be at negative 2,000 probably, knowing me.
Nah, they're not. The questions aren't that hard.
All right, so
All right.
I'm just gonna go down the board. 200 in 1990s.
Sega released the first fighting game with 3D polygon graphics in 1993 with this release.
I just got back on the board with points, but first 3D fighter, right?
Mm-hmm. With 3D polygon graphics in 1993.
Virtual Fighter.
You are correct.
It was between that and Tekken, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I can't think of it," because I am not a fighting game person. But oh boy,
That brings you to 300.
yay!
Ace, the board is yours.
Game developer 300.
A subsidiary of Microsoft, this company took over the development of the Halo franchise from Bungie.
No.
343 Industries.
You are correct.
It's Studio 343, but yes.
Well, whatever.
We're not playing actually, so we're going to give it to him. All right. Ace, that brings you to 500. Fortuan, you're at 300. It is anybody's game, but the board is yours.
Do we still have 400 for game developers open?
We do.
Okay, I'll do it.
You'll take that? All right. Far Cry and Crysis are popular entries from this developer.
Cryware.
No.
Oh, you kidding me? They're like they do the Cry engine, Cryware, everything. Okay, whatever.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's going to bring it a negative 100.
Okay.
Ace, do you have a guess?
Ubisoft.
That's a publisher.
No. So that's going to bring you to 100.
Mm-hmm.
And the correct answer, you were so close, Fortuan. The correct answer was Crytek.
Crytek, yeah. It's Cry something.
It was Cry something. I thought you were going to get it. You were so close.
Yeah.
Okay, Ace. Board is yours.
Award winners for 400.
Okay.
Award winners for 400. This entry from BioWare was the Game of the Year at the 2014 Game Awards.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be a pass for me.
Fortuan?
2014. Oh, it has to be from one of the two. I feel like I'm going to lose hard because of this question right now.
No, you guys are within 200 points of each other.
But
go for it. Go for it.
2014. So I'm just going to take a shot. Dragon Age Inquisition.
You are correct.
Yes! Yeah, you know how I remembered that? Because that was the year Cece was born. I started listening to the co-optional podcast, and that was the year that they were talking about that.
That brings you to 300.
Back in the positive again.
And the board is yours, Fortuan.
All right. Game developers for 200. The last one to that category.
Yep, that'll clear the category. Fans of the Dino Crisis series are wondering if this company will release a new or remastered title anytime soon.
That would be Capcom, and the answer is no, because we are getting the new horde shooter for dinosaurs. Exoprimal.
Well, you are correct.
Yeah.
That's going to bring you to 500.
Yes.
And Ace.
It is now not possible for me to go negative in one question.
The board is yours. We do have 100 left in main characters. Clear that category.
Sure.
Okay. The red and green clothed brothers of Nintendo.
Mario and Luigi.
You are correct.
That is a 100. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yes, that's a 100-point question. Ace, that brings you to 200.
Hey.
All right. Fortuan. Board is yours.
Let's do 80s for 300.
The 80s for 300. You control Simon Belmont in this 1986 Konami classic.
Castlevania.
You are correct. For 300. That's going to bring you to 800.
Amazing.
Ace?
Terrific.
Fictional worlds for 400.
Fictional worlds for 400. You'll visit Castle Morn and Rhea Lucaria Academy in this game.
Nope. That'll be a pass.
Okay.
I got to pass too. I have a thought, but I had to pass.
All right. For no points, would you like to share your thought?
Honestly, I'm thinking Fire Emblem, but
Oh, no. It's Elden Ring.
Yeah, the game that flew, like I played it, beat it, and it was literally never on my list because of so many other games I played. Yeah.
All right. Well, that is, I think, Fortune, your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's do fictional worlds for 200.
Fictional worlds for 200. Andrew Ryan's Underwater City.
Oh my God. I see the picture. I see pictures of the game. No. Oh no, why can I not think of this game's name? Oh no.
Ace has got a great poker face right now because I know he knows it.
It's an easy game. It was so
You
big.
gotta know this.
I know
think
it. I
I
just
do.
can't remember its name. Oh wait. BioShock. Right?
I'm gonna let you give me a little bit more specifics. I'm looking for the name of the city in BioShock.
I don't. It's the underwater city in BioShock. I don't know
That's
its
the
name.
question, yeah. That is the question.
I was going for the game. I can't back out now. I've already said something. So well, it's only 200. So Paradise?
Oh, you're so close, but
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Ace, you got a guess for Andrew Ryan's Underwater City?
Really?
No?
See,
Okay.
'cause I was thinking Bioshock, so I'm glad
It
I
is
was right on that.
BioShock. Yeah.
And then you said he was very close with Paradise, but because I haven't fully played that game or even touched it in a long time, I don't really
I've never played
remember.
those games.
So my brain was just like Paradise City.
So the answer is Rapture.
Rapture.
Paradise
Oh,
Lost.
that's
Rapture.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's okay. Fortuan, that brings you to 600.
Yeah.
Ace, you're at 200. And the board is Ace.
Um, award winners 300, I suppose.
Yes. The winner of the Game of the Year at the 2017 Game Awards was this Nintendo title.
Breath of the Wild.
You are correct. See?
I was
Two
like,
of the questions.
I don't think I've
Two of the
ever
questions.
ever heard of any other Nintendo game winning in recent years, so I think it has to be that based on the timing.
Which is a shame. They put out some freaking bangers at times. Like
Hmm.
Triangle Strategy deserved more recognition than it got last year.
Fortune.
Achievements and trophies for 200.
You sound so dejected
I
about
am
it.
so bad at these. I am so bad
Okay.
at these.
For killing 10 enemies without dying in any ranked match in Halo 3, you'll get this achievement.
I had it. So I'm going to guess.
Can you hear it in the voice?
Yes, I
Can you hear it in the
can.
game voice?
Killtacular?
Oh, that's a little too many. No,
Okay.
I'm sorry. That's gonna bring you down to 400. Ace,
It's okay.
do you have a guess? Would you like to hear it again?
I've not played Halo Online yet, so I think I will have to pass.
Okay. Well, the answer is a killing frenzy.
Killing Frenzy. Okay. Killtacular's the 20, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Which is also an achievement, I think.
Yes, it is.
All right. Ace.
It's 100s and 80s.
All right, we're gonna throw a spanner into the works. 80s for 400.
Okay.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I do believe that is the other daily double, Ace. So Ace,
I knew it.
you
Screw
have
it.
5.
2000.
Oh,
2000.
okay. Okay.
This is
That
game
reaction from
over.
421
This is
everything
game
right now.
over. Like, it doesn't matter if he gets it
There's
or
not even
doesn't.
enough points on the board. Yeah.
This is game
Okay.
over. We'll, have to
Okay.
go, we'll go through the other questions for
Yeah, there's
reciprocity.
hardly anything left.
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Nope, but yeah.
Okay. This hack and slash arcade game released in 1985 allowed you to choose between the warrior, the wizard, the Valkyrie, or the elf.
Oh, I would have fucking got this.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, man.
I feel like we've maybe talked about this before in the game show.
I think so.
I ain't saying shit. I'm legit nervous about this.
It shouldn't be. I don't have an answer.
Okay. I'm gonna be nice to you, and I'm just gonna drop you by 1,000 because. So it's gonna bring you to negative 500. Fortune, you're at 400.
The answer
For
is
no
Gauntlet.
points. Yes, the answer is Gauntlet,
Chicken.
but you don't get any points for that.
I know. Chicken. I love it. You get chicken on that game and it goes chicken.
All right, so we have 100 left in 5 categories, and we have 200 left in the 80s. Fortune?
So he's at negative 500. Right?
He's at negative 500. I only took 1,000 from him, just to be
So
nice.
what am I at?
You're at 400.
400.
Okay. So I do have to play a little carefully.
You gotta play a little carefully, but
I'll still
Not really.
I'll still do the 1980s for 200.
okay. The first appearance of Mario was actually in this 1981 game.
Donkey Kong.
Correct. That brings you back up to 600.
All right.
All right, Ace. We got 100 left in either achievements and trophies, fictional worlds, award winners, the 80s or the 90s.
Achievements and trophies, I suppose.
All right. For completing the first mission in this Rockstar game, you'll get the achievement or trophy off the boat.
See, this is how bad I don't know this one.
Off the boat. I'm gonna have to pass.
Fortune?
Passing. I do not know this. I do not play Rockstar games.
Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah, see, I'd never even touched that game.
All right. Well, you got a choice of 100 for fictional worlds, award winners, the 80s or 90s.
Fictional worlds, please, for 100.
It's the capital city of the Horde in Azeroth.
Orgrimmar.
Correct. That brings you to 700. Ace, award winners, 80s or 90s?
Award winners.
This game won a number of accolades at the 2022 Game Awards, including Best Narrative and Innovation in Accessibility.
Um. Horizon Forbidden West.
No, I'm sorry. That brings you to negative 600.
I do have a
Which one?
Yes.
Yeah?
It is God of War Ragnarok.
You are correct.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We had a lot of
I'm a fool.
discussion about that winning the accessibility award because I was like, really?
Yep.
How? And then I played the game and I was like, that's how.
Now I understand.
All like 42 options.
All right. Well, Fortune, that brings you to 800. Ace, you're at negative 600.
Hell yeah.
And so do you want the 80s or 90s, Fortune?
90s. I will leave him with the 80s.
I think the 80s. I think the 80s question is easier. Well,
Sure.
They're both pretty easy. They're 100.
Yeah.
All right, the 90s. This survival horror franchise saw its first entry in 1996.
Resident Evil.
Correct. That brings you to 900. And Ace, for the last question on the board, it's dangerous to go alone in this 1986 game.
Legend of Zelda.
Yes. That brings you back up to negative 500. So normally,
Strong.
in Final Jeopardy rules, you would not be allowed to play. So I guess it'll just be for funsies.
Sure.
Because at this point, Fortune already wins the game at 900.
Come on, I can't bet mega points.
You know what? Go for it. Bet as much as you want. But in spirit only.
Sure. What's the Final Jeopardy? So how are we
Yes.
doing this? Because I didn't know.
I mean, if you want to just like write your answer down or on paper or something.
Yeah, I can do it. Give me a
Just a
second.
sec.
I gotta
I
get
will
a
be right
pen.
back.
You can. Okay.
It's gonna be. I'll just have to cut it in the audio.
Okie dokie.
All right, I'm ready. This went better than expected, which is great. Not as far as like the entertainment value, just how well I did.
Your score.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought you guys were gonna get a little more of these. to be honest. I thought I made them too easy.
Apparently not. But yeah, apparently into a lot of obscure games for some reason in the older days than the popular ones. Although I did play Zelda. I didn't like Zelda back in the 80s. I didn't like Zelda until Ocarina of Time, so I know blasphemy.
So that daily double was really for you. You just didn't get it.
Oh,
Andrea called me out for missing Ragnarok.
Oh, I'd have got both of them. Like I'd have got both of them hands down. Like.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
The final Jeopardy category is Kirby.
Kirby.
Okay.
So I'll give you guys a minute, 10 seconds to think about how much you want to bet for that before I ask the question.
Okay.
Okay, an obligatory 10 seconds. All right. The question. Meta Knight's first playable character mode appears in which game?
What?
It's a Final Jeopardy question, guys.
I gotta think.
Okay, so while you guys are thinking, I'm going to do what you do, and I'll talk about what's been going on in my Sims.
Okay.
So my Sim is now a B-class celebrity, and that means that now I can donate random things in my house to my fans because I'm very generous. So as I upgrade all my trashy things in my house, I'm just donating them to my fans. And somehow that makes me famous and more generous with my pristine reputation. And I still have my ghost boyfriend, Marcus Flex. And then I've started dating an A-class celebrity, Thorn Birch. I'm not really committed to either one of them. But apparently I'm in love with them, according to the new life milestone badges that you get with the Sims update. I have not yet learned if you can have a baby yet with a ghost sim. I haven't tried. She's trying to live her best life as a level 10 mad scientist. You good?
Yeah.
Fortuan?
Yeah.
Ace?
I'm just keeping it up.
Got your answer?
I was just sort of recusing myself.
Oh, you're not going to answer? Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
I mean, I don't have a clue anyway, so.
Okay. Well, Fortuan? How much did you bet? Let's start with that.
Oh, it's backwards. 500.
500. And you said Kirby Star Allies. Well, you're still a winner, even though that is wrong.
Okay.
The answer is Nightmare in Dreamland.
Nightmare in Dreamland. Okay.
Was gonna freaking say that because I've only ever played that on my Game Boy Advance.
I'm not a big Kirby fan. The girls are, but I'm not. So.
Man, now you know how I feel when it's Zelda.
So that and Forgotten Land are the only Kirby games that I've played. Coincidentally,
I've
That's
played
funny.
none.
Actually,
But I used
played
Google.
a couple levels of Dream Course.
I mean, everyone's
But
got
I
to play
wouldn't say that that's
everyone's
a
got to
core
play
Kirby game.
Dream Course. No, it's definitely a side game.
All right.
Wow,
so,
that was amazing.
Winner, chicken dinner.
No, thank you, but no, I quite enjoyed that. I enjoyed being on the quizzed end of a quiz for once. That was. I didn't know as much as I thought I would know, but it's okay because I know about the stuff that I know about. You know what I mean? Like not like if it's a game series that I don't play a lot or the kind of thing, it ends up like the BioShock game threw me off because I was like, I had to think of the game first before I could even think about the city because I was like, I've never played those. Like, and then they're massively popular. There's no reason why anyone shouldn't know the name of that underwater city, but like, I still don't.
I've never played Bioshock, but I know it. Because, you know, like Game Informers, you just, like, that's my bathroom reading. So
Right, right. Like,
there's so much stuff in my brain of games I've never even played.
I for paper, I had to fold my ADT contract in a certain way so people couldn't see information because that was the only paper I could find. Oh boy. So yeah, that was really fun. I just yeah. Apparently, I need to brush up on my video game quiz knowledge too. I feel like I would have a lot of Nintendo stuff down, but like, man, we got into like modern stuff, and I was like, I know some of it, but the other things, no way. If I didn't interact with that series, forget about it.
Well, I tried to pick stuff from, you know, the whole timeline and as much from all of the different options.
I like that 90s and 80s had their own category because, like, when we do guess the game, those are like the abysmally difficult years, like those years. And then it's like, hey, we're going to try to do some 80s games, and I was like, no, we're done. We're one time at 80s year, and it is done. Not only because of the amount of games to guess, but like just like it. You guys have not played a lot of those games,
Yeah, there's so many dead franchises.
right? Yeah, and then like the games that I would like to talk about sometimes I can't really put them on the quiz because like no one's gonna know One Must Fall 2047. Like who have you even heard of that game?
Only because you've talked about it.
Right, like yeah.
No, but I do think that when you asked, I think it was a Maniac Mansion or something. It was one of those games. I got that, and that threw you off.
It did.
I did get that.
Yeah. No, it's a good one. So next week we're going to have a guest, and we'll figure out what the topic is. I'm going to do that soon so they can prepare. So yeah, I don't know what that is yet, but because I've just been crazy busy with kids and other stuff. Yeah. I've been playing. So I do want to talk about some stuff from the Diablo beta that I got to play.
Okay.
So I am in the early access beta because I did pre-order the game, and then a lot of my friends also have it because that was their Christmas present from me, who were Diablo fans. So like, I bought a lot of copies of Diablo that are all early access. So in the beta, you can only play 3 of the 5 classes so far, and
Which are?
so the 3 that you can play are the sorcerer/sorceress, the rogue, and the barbarian. And the druid and the necromancer are unplayable in this demo. And I think the reason being, some people are asking about it. The reason being is that this is the demo they've been sending out for a long time, I think, to other people. And I gotta say, for a demo, outside of maybe some connection issues, but as far as like a game goes, this feels solid. Like as far as like design wise and that kind of thing, it's like it's not like, oh, it's beta, there's like some janky textures here and there, and it's like, no, this looks like a full on AAA next gen experience the whole way. Like it, outside of connection issues because the servers were way overloaded. It's like hour and a half, 2 hour wait times in queues to log in on the first day, which was yesterday, right when it opened. I got in this morning with no wait time, so it's calmed down now. But I mean, that's just from people pre-ordering. Like this game is probably going to sell very well already. Because like that's not
I-
like press.
I think they know that though, because they've already announced it will not be on Game Pass at all. Like,
yeah.
not an option.
You gotta buy.
Which makes
that
me
shit.
think the others are gonna be
3 and 2 probably.
because the fact that they're specifically saying Diablo 4 will not means
Yeah.
what they're not saying is that 2 and 3 will. Hopefully.
Right. So, so you've played Diablo 3 a little bit, Sasha.
I have played 3 extensively.
Okay, so you're aware of the skill system and how that stuff works, right?
Yes.
So they did something interesting because it's back to a skill tree,
Okay.
but it's kind of like Diablo 3 where you can like respec it and stuff, but it costs gold now, and it gets increasingly cost gold the more you respec.
That
And
makes sense.
it's a lot of gold if you want a full respec, but you can only get up to 25 in the beta. But like it's basically keeping you from continuously respecking. So like you'll have like, here's your main node, right? So I played a lot of where I had this. I played the sorcerer, so I played a sorceress. And of course, I always name her Azula because the Diablo 3 voice actress for the female wizard was the same one who did Azula from Avatar. I don't remember her name. Did you just kidnap my dog? All right.
Oh, it was me. I suspected that was what was happening, and I was like, yes.
Blinky.
Yes.
Blinky actually slept with her last night, first time ever. So maybe that's what.
Good.
Maybe that's what she's doing. So you have like, you pick like a basic skill, right? So you remember you had the left click skills. So like level 1, you pick a basic skill, left click skill, and it was like, here's the for the sorceress it's easy because it's just the elements. It's fire, ice, lightning. There you go, right? So you picked like the fire, the ice, or there was 2 different lightning ones, I guess, or maybe 2 different fire ones, and then you put a node into it, and then the more points you put into like leveling up that skill or some extra like runes, you remember the runes on the skills? You now have like branching paths where it's like you get a rune and then there's 2 separate runes and you pick one and it locks you out of the other. So you had to make a choice. And the more points you put into it builds you up to the next skill. And that's like a tree that pops off of that node of the different elements. So you can mix and match elements or keep the same elements. But it's like the more like you're basically going down a main path, the more points you hit a big node. And then the more points you invest in the whole tree, the more points it draws down into the next big node. And then you're sort of like zigzagging back and forth. And it's a very interesting skill tree because it's extremely linear and customizable. It's like very weird.
So, do you have the option when you say respec, like respecing at a node rather than a full?
Yes, you can
full character respec
individual selections as
Gotcha.
well. As long as they don't it's as long as it doesn't reduce it to the amount where you can't pick a large node. So like if you are exactly at like a certain level where you've picked a large node skill and you're trying to fix some things up before, it won't let you fix those if you're like you have to undo your large node selection and then go back and fix stuff and then redo it. So you might have to do a little more. Like I had to take this skill off so I can customize earlier skills and then put it back on. So you might get some inefficiency on money in some of those things, but yeah, you can customize each thing individually as long as it doesn't lock you out of getting a skill that it was required for, essentially. But yeah, I guess, and I played a little bit of Barbarian because I think I vendored the cosmetic item you get at 20 on accident. So I think I might be leveling my Barbarian just to get the cosmetic item that I wanted. The people just said it's just you get to 20 and you get it in the main game. So hopefully that's the case. So maybe, because I don't feel like playing the beta a bunch. I've played it. It's good. But
But you want to play the real deal.
Yeah, because everything's getting deleted. None of these characters are going to exist in June when this comes out. Now, these characters will exist next weekend when the open beta is up. But that's going to be even more busy because that's people who haven't pre-ordered. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's just an open beta to whoever wants to try it. And it's still the same 3 classes. I will say, having played both the Barbarian and the Sorceress, I am more of a Barbarian than a Sorceress fan as far as like the gameplay goes. So the Barbarian was a much easier time for me. But I will say this game was legitimately hard. Diablo 3 was not difficult in the early game. This was like I had to try multiple times on certain dungeon bosses.
Do you think though that with Sorcerer class that it's more they're squishy early levels, but by the time that you like get through leveling up,
That's part of it.
it's worth it.
Yes, that's part of it, but even playing the Barbarian, the little that I didn't play a lot, but I did play some. Even the Barbarian had to kite and position monsters
Gotcha.
that were tough enough. Like I tried tanking some of the early, like I would say the earliest boss you fight. That did not go well. Like I had to like rethink how I was going to do the Barbarian because I was like, oh, I've got to dodge. Like it's got to happen. They kept in the Diablo 3 dodge that was added on the console edition, so you just press spacebar and you actually do a dodge. So that was kind of cool. I like that. The story is so you get to experience the story as is. This is going to be the story when the game launches for the first act or whatever. The story is hella dark. Like, oh my gosh. Like Diablo 1 was,
I mean,
but
it's heaven and hell.
there's like, so Chance and I were on chat going through separately because we couldn't play together for some reason at the beginning of it. And I was a little bit ahead of him and I was like, what the fuck? Like that just like I was just like me reacting to the story and then he was like, what happened? I was like, it's a story thing. You're gonna see it in like 2 minutes. Like and then he gets to it and he's like, oh my god. Like so it's early in the game, so I'll do a little bit of spoiler. You go to this town and you like do a mission for the town, like you're the adventurer, so you help out the town, you go clear out the bad guys in the dungeon, yada yada, right? And then they have a party, right? And you're like, cool, yeah, we have a party, we're celebrating us clearing out the dungeon. They drug you and then they take you out back to sacrifice you to Lilith, and you're only saved by like Deus Ex Machina good guy monk that comes out of nowhere. And then you're like, holy cow, what is going on with these people? Why are they this way? And then you go, you figure out they shoved what they call blood leaves into your mouth. So now you sort of like have a connection with Lilith, which is I assume is the main bad guy. So then you have a cutscene of how Lilith appeared in the town to the townspeople. So like this preacher's like, you guys are all sinners and yada yada. Like you're just basking in sin. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to get better? Like some old school preacher stuff on these people in this cutscene. And like the people are like not even like they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then like there's this big shadow that sort of descends behind him. And then he turns around and like falls off the stuff and like it's just Lilith. She just appeared. It's like, don't listen to this. The synopsis is, don't listen to this guy. Embrace your sin. And they fucking murder him. Like they just like, they're like, she's like, yes, do it. And then this lady comes up, mashes the priest on the back of the head with like this holy symbol, and he's like bleeding. He's like, I delivered your child. What are you doing? Like he's like pleading to her for his life, and then they just murder him and just like beat him up and kill him. And then Lilith is like, my job's done here, and walks out of the church. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, Diablo 1 and 2 did not do this. You saw the after effects of this, not it happening. Like, so it is dark. People who complained about Diablo 3 wasn't dark enough, it's dark enough now. But yeah, like just playing the game feels freaking amazing. Like I'd almost be like, I'm just gonna go play the demo again just so I can feel like good ARPG. Like it's like everything felt meaty, everything felt cool. Like all the skills felt like really fun. Like the sorceress I played, I started with a fire build until I found a thing that gave me better lightning damage, and then I switched to lightning. But the fire build, it was like, hey, basic fire attack. Uh, um, hits the monster and it turns on fire. It's like, cool. Now that it's on fire, all of my attacks go through it, pierce through it, all my fire attacks. So I was like, oh, cool. So now I can hit things behind it and do stuff like that. And then it was like extra fireball damage and all sorts of fun stuff. And then I got the lightning stuff, and it was like chain lightning to 50 enemies or something. And then get a bunch of, it added a whole new mechanic of like, on chance of killing a monster, it drops this electrical orb that I store in myself that does a shock when enemies get too near me. So like that was fun.
Which just sounds like if there's going to be massive mobs and you have a decent enough chance, that's going to happen all the time.
Right. And then I got a buff that gave me more mana when I picked those up. So like I was able to keep casting spells and stuff. Like it was really fun. The sorceress, I got to 25, and then the barbarian's like level 7 or something. Like I didn't do a lot, but it's really good. Like I was excited for Diablo, but like it just playing the demo, I was like, no, this is solid. Like I know I was going to put a lot of time in this game, but now I really know I'm going to put a lot of time in this game. So I don't want to put too much more into it because I'll just end up playing the same content over and over. But even the content is cool, like just random dungeons. It's like if they put like Skyrim dungeons in Diablo. It's like, hey, there's this dungeon on the map. You want to go do it? Cool, go do it. And we'll give you a little check mark saying you did it and you got the prize out of there. But you can go do it again if you want, get more loot. Like, it's like if Skyrim had better randomized loot in this sort of exploration aspect.
Oh, you mean like in Oblivion that you haven't played?
No, I haven't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't played it much. I've put maybe 5 hours into Oblivion once.
Oblivion's got the randomized loot you're looking for.
Cool. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and you can just check mark off the dungeons that you've done, and you get unlocks for doing the dungeons too. You get like legendary properties that you can assign to your weapons if you do certain dungeons, and it was all sorts of crazy fun stuff. Like there's chests in the world that are locked behind these certain keys, and then like, hey, you can go like you literally town portal to the guy and spend this currency. It's like, hey, I want to unlock this super good chest. And then like, okay, cool. Here's the key. You know, the currency that I just found in general. Maybe they're being nice about it in the beta, or whatever. But like, I just spent like 20 of this currency that I had like 400 of to get a key. Opened up the box and it's like, hey, it's like a super awesome box, and there's like set amount of them on the map and stuff. It was really fun. Did you do the blood shard farming in Diablo 3 with Kadala?
It's not really ringing a bell, so I'm going to go with no.
So it's like a random currency that you could spend specifically at this one vendor to sort of gamble on specific items, hoping to get legendaries. That's kind of what this currency was. So instead of using it to get like random loot from that vendor, it's basically the gambling sink, but it's on a different currency. And you could just get these boxes that are out in the world too. So it was kind of cool. Like there's a lot of cool systems interacted, with everything. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun, and I didn't expect to have a lot of fun with the beta, to be honest. Like, we stopped playing Wo Long immediately to do the beta and do the things. The only thing I haven't done is the big world boss. Um, if I want to do that, I'd have to stay up till 1 a.m. tonight because that is the next time it is live. So we talked about doing it, my brother and I. So we'll see. I've been staying up a lot lately, and the kids have been getting me up early. So maybe might not do it, but I don't know. I'm curious. I'm
You're
curious
gonna do it.
I'm
You're
curious to
gonna do
see the
it.
world boss because that's supposed to be one of the end game things is these world bosses. So they tuned it down for the beta, I guess. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Nice. Have fun.
Trying to. Then we're going back on Wulong. We've already beat Wulong. We're actually going through New Game Plus, Chance and I. Like it's not even out that long. I think it's only like been out like a week or 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And it's another Dark Souls like game. It's just a little more looty than Dark Souls. Like it's got like rarity of gear, that kind of stuff, which is like Diablo. So I kind of like that kind of system, which is really why I don't understand why I don't really get into Borderlands and Wonderlands as much as I normally would, because I do like that sort of looter and I do like first person shooters. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I guess it's mixing it with guns. It just doesn't really sit well with me. But Wonderlands didn't have a ton of guns. I mean, it had some.
It has a lot of guns, but they were creative about it. Like you really had to. It rewarded you for trying things out.
Yeah.
So a lot of times things were not what they seemed.
Like the broken sword that could cut through barriers.
Yes.
Yeah.
That I absolutely would have just sold and not even cared about had I not listened to the Bickering Bucks episode.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
Chance stumbled on something great with that sword.
I know, and then I it's like late at night, and I get this Ragnarok sword, and I'm like, huh? Wait a minute, this is the one.
Yeah.
This is the shooting sword.
Yes. Oh man. Oh, I also beat Metroid Prime Remastered this week. I had enough of the free time to do that. That game is longer than I remembered it being, only because I will complain a little bit. I love the game. Don't get me wrong. It's a masterpiece of a game. Metroidvanias, yes, they purposely send you back and forth so that they add content. I get it. But there's literally this thing. It's like, hey, go scan this thing so you can figure out where all these things are. Now, if you remember where they are, you don't need it. But then you get them, and there's 3 missing from the puzzle, and they're like, now you can scan the last 3. And I'm like, oh, come on. Just give them all to me at once. Why did I have to come, like, all the way to the other side of the map, which took me 15 minutes to traverse through all these enemies that respawn, to come back to say, go back there, essentially. And I'm like, you freaking kidding me? So then I played and finished the game, and ta-da. But it was just... And then I forgot how to fight the final boss. So that took me a while.
Oh, nice. I've been slowly working my way through the Dead Space remake.
Yes.
And having fun with that. And then sort of rage / just passively quitting.
Mm-hmm.
With parts here and there. So the having the propulsion system has definitely made certain sections of the game more tolerable. Namely the asteroid shooter section, because they completely changed how that works. So they sort of combine the asteroid shooter section with the section where you run through the trench to get to the asteroid system. So instead of what it is that you remotely connect like your gun to the actual cannon system. So you sync up to like I think 4 cannons in total, and then you uh, aim and take out a certain number of asteroids, and then that uh, syncs the gun up to auto target.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to do like 4 or 5 of those cannons before the system is fully back online for auto targeting to defend the ship from asteroids and whatnot. Um, there's also the section where you have to put the SOS beacon on a asteroid and then shoot it out into space so that uh, other like a rescue party will be able to see that since the ship just doesn't have those systems up and running properly.
Okay, yeah.
Um, that one was a lot better because I didn't once land on that asteroid while it has like these 2 like combing arms that like shift back and forth,
Hmm.
and I was always annoyed with that part because I usually died at least once or twice to it because you have to like carefully time out your jump
Yeah.
to land on the rock and then run to the other side or plant the beacon
Mm-hmm.
and then jump back off. Uh, in the remake, you can just zip right through the atmosphere into space and put it on the opposite side,
Hmm.
and then you're done.
Okay. So a lot of quality of life
So
upgrades, which is what you like seeing in a remake a lot of the time. I mean,
yeah, the
turning not Mass Effect, Metroid Prime trilogy into a dual stick shooter was a huge upgrade. Everything was easier. Like it didn't used to be dual stick.
mhm.
You still had to aim in a first person shooter, but you were able to aim occasionally.
Yeah, I'm a little bit kicking myself because I had some Nintendo Platinum points accrued,
Yeah.
so I was just like, other than the rewards shop, I don't know what else they would ever, and like the stickers that you can get for like your account, like the
Mhm.
frames and stuff like that. Um, I don't know what else I'd ever use the platinum points for, so I went and redeemed a Kirby lanyard and then a pin set, and
Hmm.
then like a week later they came out with the Metroid Prime remake pin set,
Hmm.
and I don't have enough to get those, and I was like, ah!
I, with my points, got that avatar that I'm currently using on the Switch, was the Fuecoco. And so I used to have Luigi on my Switch avatar. Now it's Fuecoco. So
Uh-huh.
I don't know. That's what I spent my platinum points on.
If I mean I've got a bunch of like the Legend of Zelda ones from like the N64 and
Mm-hmm.
Breath of the Wild icons and backgrounds and frames that you can get and stuff. So,
Yeah. Hmm. Well, you've been playing Sims, obviously, Sasha.
I have been playing The Sims, yes. Yeah.
Um,
I have a money tree now.
mm-hmm.
That's what I spent my Sims like whims reward points on because she wants to be super rich. We're trying to get 200,000 simoleons. We're at like 70,000 right now. But that money tree
Not
just
too
keeps
far
getting
off.
better and better. Last time I harvested it, it was 8,000.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I
nice.
and
mean,
then,
that's not far off if it's another 8,000. You're only 5,000 off.
well, the time before that, it was 7,500. So I'm assuming each time it's going to keep going up.
Okay. All right.
But, and then of course, I've got this celebrity thing going on and my ghost boyfriend. And then I'm thinking about getting paranormal investigator
Hmm.
as my next perk.
Yeah, I mean, it'd help with your ghost boyfriend for a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I like that. That's funny. Different. Um, I didn't start it yet, but I did install, I should say, not download. I did install Blood Bowl 3. So I might be starting my Blood Bowl League on the PS5 and starting that. That's going to be like when I have a lot of free time, and I don't know when. I've been trying to, Chauncey and I've been playing a lot of Wo Long, but like I also want to get Octopath Traveler 2 done, and I started that, but I only barely started it. So like I'm torn between Blood Bowl and Octopath Traveler 2 at the moment. And then get working on that backlog, which still pretty massive. Still there. Didn't change with the move. It just got larger.
Yeah.
More games. But I was a little encouraged by finishing Metroid Prime Trilogy because I got that the day that I was moving. I think is when it, or the day before I was moving is when I was able to pick it up. So, because I have a physical version of the game, I didn't get it digitally. So, well, I got some gaming done because most everything's taken care of around the house as far as like big things. So I got to do little things and hang up some more pictures and stuff. And boy, I wish I had a lot more money for disc plates. Those are expensive. What were you going to say?
We're mainly waiting for Tears of the Kingdom here. That's, I think, the next big game that we're going to be getting.
We're going to see we're in March, so that's 2 months away. I don't know of anything big coming out in April, for me at least. But May, is it late? No, it's, what is it? It's May 15th or something like that?
I think so, yeah.
So that's mid-May. There's no way I'm going to be done with that game before Diablo 4 hits, because that's June 6th. So.
Yeah. Did you see that in Japan, one of the pre-order bonuses for the game is a set of or at least one etched spoon. It's like a metal etched spoon.
No. Why a spoon?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah, when we were at Kohl's looking for slippers today, which for some reason is by the cookware section, Emery was all excited because there was a rainbow spoon. And it's just literally just a metal spoon that was colored rainbow. That was just like, it wasn't like a kid's spoon or anything, just like a serving spoon. It was metal rainbow, and I don't know why. Can we get it, Dad? No, we don't need another serving spoon. But it's a rainbow.
We would have been getting that. Yep.
Yeah, rainbows are all the rage in this house right now.
Yeah, I got one of the rainbow, giant stuffed rainbow peeps. It's like a stuffed animal from Target for my daughter for her Easter basket.
Oh, you mean like the 3 foot tall one?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are. I have 2. Did I tell you about that? Just before I moved, the girls were given a bunch of money from their. Okay, yeah. So they each bought one. One of them's rainbow, one of them's teal, and yeah.
Yep. I got a rainbow one for the Easter basket.
They love it. That is currently their pillows right now. They are using them as pillows. Apparently, my dog is too. I had to see if she actually went to sleep. Man, that girl was up till 1 o'clock last night. She kept me up. So, I watched a couple movies. Watched The Whale. That was sad. Watched A Man Called Otto. That was sad. Bunch of sad movies apparently, but
sounds like a bummer.
I liked them both, especially A Man Called Otto. It was like a really sweet story. Still sad, but it was very sweet. And The Whale had a lot more message behind it than Otto did, I suppose. Although at the end of the credits of Otto, they had because he does attempt suicide quite a bit in the movie. they do have like a disclaimer of like, hey, if you need help or talk to someone, here's the helpline and stuff. They had that kind of stuff, but I think they did that because of the content of the story. I don't think that was necessarily like a message they were going for in the story. They were just, hey, if you've thought about these things, please contact someone. Please get help.
Yeah.
So I've gotten to a routine. If I don't have a lot to do in the morning, and I'm eating breakfast or lunch or something, and because I've been working at home a lot too, because of circumstances, I'll watch a movie while I'm working or eating lunch or something. So I've been a lot more movies because I can do that while working instead of because I can't game and work, or at least I've not tried, but I don't think I will. But yeah, a lot of movie watching and then some shows. So yeah, I'm excited though. We've got with Diablo coming out, I got really excited because of the demo. I don't know what I'm gonna do about Tears of the Kingdom. Like I'm gonna play it for sure, but boy, I know that's gonna run into Diablo, and I am not playing on launch day. Like that is not like. I am playing on launch day, so I don't know what I'm going to do with Tears of the Kingdom, because that's like what I was talking about with my brother. Like I usually capitalize on things for us to play together, and Diablo is key for us. Like that is one of our series that we share the most. So we played Diablo 3 together for 2 years straight, like nearly every day when it came out. So yeah. Well, no, it had to be more because we played it well until Weaver Souls. So I don't know. Anyways, I feel like I'm ranting. Anything else you guys want to cover tonight, or we're good?
I'm good.
Okay. So next week we'll have some sort of topic I'm coming up with our guest as well. Still got to talk to him, make sure he's still coming, but he should be. And from there, I think after that, we're going to have Ace pick after that. So, yeah. Be thinking about it, Ace. Alrighty. Well,
Thinking's hard.
I know. It can be, yes. So, thanks everyone for watching and listening tonight. Again, thank you, Sasha. It was great to be on the quiz side of things. Be sure to follow us at Hunters Hub Pod on Twitter. I haven't been tweeting a lot lately, just because life and busy and that kind of stuff. I'm sure the same with you, Ace. But hey, you will get updates about the show. You'll see when we're going live and that kind of stuff. And be sure to hop into the Discord. The Discord is available through our Twitter. The Discord is also available through some other channels. You can just ask us too. And yeah, so thanks for everything, and we'll catch you next week. Later.
Bye.
Bye.